Hi, welcome to ThePapare.com. You're on the Dialog Rugby Breakdown. We're going to look back at the action from last week's games. We had 4 matches down for decision and upset this week as well. Let's have a look. So of our 4 matches, we had the first one on Friday, and that was CH hosting Havelocks at their new home ground at the racecourse, and it looked like it was going to be Havelocks all the way at half-time, but CH came storming back into that game to take the lead with about 5 or 7 minutes left, but all the experience for Havelocks coming into play in the last few minutes of that game, and they won that by 31 points to 26. We had another game, Navy playing Police, and that one was expected to be an easy game for Navy. It turned out to be not such an easy game. They allowed Police back into that game, and 31 points to 24 is how it finished. And the massive upset on Saturday was when Army travelled to Longdon Place, and in the torrential downpour it dampened Sia's spirits as well by the looks of things, because they couldn't manage too many tries. They managed only 2 to Army's bonus point 4 tries. 24-10 is how that finished. And then we had Air Force travelling up to Fortress Nithawala and Kandy smashing them 55 points to 13 to remain the only unbeaten team in the league so far. So looking at our top players of the week, we had Ashan Bandara in that game between CRNFC and Army. The Army fly half really controlled the game well, and it seemed for a while like Army were trying to throw it around a little bit too much, but towards the end he managed to make sure they kept the game close. The forwards really were outstanding. I thought Pradeep Victor and Tushara Sampath also in at number 12 and number 7 for Army were really good. It was really hard to pick who was going to be the man of the match for Army that day, because they all played so well, and it was a good game plan from Nilufer Ibrahim. He said he didn't expect to win with a bonus point, but that's exactly what they did. Ashan Bandara scoring a hat-trick of tries there, and we had the big tight-head prop forward who scored the first try for them as well. Sia looked really off the pace and didn't seem to be playing as a unit. They seem to be playing almost individually, each one for himself. They need to come together as a team, and that's something Coach Ferretti is going to be looking at. And the fly-half position where Ashan Bandara played is going to be so pivotal for most teams going forward. We've seen Samuel Madhuwantha come to the fore and take CH from strength to strength as well. We've got Fazil Marija up in Kandy, and Sia do have a small problem. Chanika Chandimal, Tarinder Rathpath, Kavindu Costa, all these guys who can play fly half, but not anyone playing it the way Ashan Bandara did for Army this time. That's why he's our top performer of the week. We also had Riza Mubarak with 14 points against CH, and CH, although they came back to lead by 26 points to 25 later on in that game, it was Mubarak's boot that really kept Havelocks ahead in that game, and when you've built up enough of a lead, it's really difficult to claw that back. CH did do that, but they expended a lot of energy, and it was in the last minute that Riza knocked over a couple of penalties as well. The scrum really squeezing CH in that tight 5 and winning the penalties for Riza to just knock them over. So 31 points to 25 was how that one finished, and those were our performances of the week. A month old now, the Dialog Rugby A-Division League, and let's look at our top performers over the course of these 4 matches. We had Thilina Vijayasinghe with 55 points. He's striking it rich up there with so many tries being scored by his teammates. Thilina Veerasinghe also with 49 points. He had a peach of a drop goal last week, and making sure he keeps the scoreboard ticking over for Navy. And Riza Mubarak with 42 points as well. Havelocks have been scoring quite a few tries, so Riza not really called upon to knock over too many penalties, but Thilina Vijayasinghe and Thilina Veerasinghe are the top 2 point scorers so far. In the try stakes, we have Anuruddha Villavara, the Kandy wing 3/4, who has scored 6 tries. Dhanushka Ranjan also from Kandy, so 11 tries between those 2 players for the Kandy team. And poor old Kevin Dixon has 5 tries. He's in 3rd place, and I say poor old Kevin Dixon because he got his jaw shifted in the CH game, and he'll be out for a while with a dislocated jaw, so hopefully he will be back sooner rather than later. Looking at the points table, we have Kandy, who have remained unbeaten, played 4, won 4, 23 points they have. We have Havelocks played 4 and just lost that game that they will be very, very upset about, and they are on 17 points. Navy have played 4, won 3 as well. So Havelocks and Navy are the teams who are trying to catch Kandy up in the top 3 of the Dialog Rugby A-Division League. Next week's games, on the 1st of December, we have Navy taking on Air Force at Valisara. Should be a pretty easy win for Navy, although Air Force look like they're getting better and better as the season goes on. We have Police taking on CHNFC in what used to be a bottom of the table clash, but CHNFC are suddenly finding themselves mid-table after that big win against Sia and almost doing a number on Havelock. So they'll be coming in with renewed confidence. So look for CH to try and win that game away from home this time. We have Sia taking on Kandy at Longdon Place. And if things don't go well for CRNFC, if there's not a huge shift from what they've been doing over the last couple of weeks, then look for Kandy to score big in that game. Kandy always travel down to CR chomping at the bit, and if they have realized and watched the videos of what CR are doing, they'll know exactly where the weaknesses are and look for that experienced Kandy team to exploit that. And Army taking on Havelocks at Ratmalana, that's going to be an interesting one as well. Havelocks away from their home ground, away from the comfort of the lights where they're used to playing with, and Army buoyed after that win last week against CRNFC. They'll be expecting another big scalp. Nilufar Ibrahim knows exactly where his team's strengths lie and where the Havelocks' strength lie as well. So he'll try to keep it as far as he can from that Havelocks forward pack and ask his Army runners, guys like Dik Kumbura and Senanayaka, the captain on the wings, to try and do a lot of damage. So that could be a very interesting game as well. So Sia versus Kandy, Army versus Havelocks, those will be the games to look out for. And also the other ones, Navy and Air Force, Police versus CHNFC, really tightly contested weekend this time. So let's look forward to that. We'll be back on the breakdown next week.